Hello, welcome back and good morning for an early flight from San Diego to Phoenix. So plane is cold and dark, so first thing first, put some fuel. So we have a short fuel, short distance is about 260 nautical miles. So for fuel we will take 6 ton, 0.5 and the remainder. For the payload, if we multiply by 2, so that's 13 tons, 400 kilos. Now let's check the overhead panel. We have ground power available, so first battery on, ground power on, emergency lights on, align the IRS left on DC, align IRS right to nav on DC, align. We can put the yaw damper on immediately and window heat on. Electric hydraulics pump on. So, FMC, posing it first, we are at San Diego, KSAN, takes the GPS on the left and clear, set IRS position, and the two are in agreement. The route is KSAN to Phoenix, Kilo Papa Hotel X-ray, and we have a company route created using little nav map that we enter, so we activate it and we can check the legs page, so via Mexicali, GBN, I missed some of the waypoint. Gila. It's 329 to Gila. Yeah. Let's go to Gila directly. Okay, so we have the route prepared. We have zero fuel weight, 56.5 tons, reserve 3 tons, cost index 35, flight level 270. All that is good. Average wind in cruise. Go to the briefing page. So 276 at 11. 276 at 11. So a nice tailwind. Outside air temperature is 15 degrees already. And one limits with the word derated takeoff 1 and assume air temperature 45. Takeoff page, flaps 5, center gravity trim at 4.75. Runway news is runway 09, so we have a rotate VR of 138. So that completes the MCP FMC setup. Now on the MCP panel we are taking off runway 9, so the heading is 095. So we are climbing to, let's say, 9,000 feet. Initially, flight director are on, select heading mode, heading select is defined, radio page, set transponder. Now the first waypoint we will use is the mission bay on 117.8. The next one is Mexicali 115.00, both sides, but in the active frequency of nav2, and then Golf Bravo November 116.60, and then the arrival. So that is set. We can select auto brakes, rejected takeoff, flaps 5. Let's continue now. Firing the APU, fuel pumps on. Logo light on. 1, 2, 3, 4. EGT increasing. Engine bleeder off. Packs on. Wait for the APU bleeder to come. Trim air on. So cruising flight through 70. And at Phoenix the airport elevation is 1135. So let's say 1150 rounded. We have APU is available. APU gen on. APU bleeder on. Duct pressure is increasing. Good. Cabin temperature 18 degrees. Still a little bit cold. Anti-collision lights on. Wing lights on. Seatbelt signs on, and we are ready for the pushback. So let's have a quick look on Little Nav Map for the taxi route. It should not be too complicated. We are on stand 1, gate 6, so pushing back with a nose right, and then follow the Bravo all the way till Bravo 9, and there is the holding point. So Bravo 9, holding point 09. Let's see if we can do that. Request a pushback.
Hey Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
So we want nose right. So let's do that first here. Click and then continue. Like that.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
So The altimeter should be 3007. With an altitude of 17 feet, so that is correct. So, auto brakes on rejected takeoff, flaps 5 set, altimeter 3007 set, seatbelt signs on.
Alright, looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Can start the clock now for the pushback. We can also save the flight at this stage, so this will be a good idea with all the FMC
Welcome
set
aboard,
up.
Captain. Toes connected, bypass pins inserted. Go ahead and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Parking brakes is released.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
Roger. We have a NAV1 Mission Bay tuned. On NAV2 Mexicali, but no signal. Select packs off. Tug pressure increases above 35 or close. Starting engine number 2. EGT lights illuminates. Fuel flow lights illuminates. N1 increases 0.3, 0.7, 10. N2 rotation at 24, fuel run. EGT increases, N1 increases, EGT peaking around 485 degrees and now decreasing. Start valve closing. Good start on engine number 2. And starting now engine number 1. Same process. EGT lights illuminates. Fuel flow lights illuminates. N1 increases 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 10. 24% fuel run. EGT increases. $450, $480, 85 stable and decreasing. Start valve closed. Good start on engine number 1. So let's put the gen on the engine. 1 and 2. APU bleeder. No, engine bleeder on. Packs on. Don't forget, put the packs on. Pitot heat on. All that is good to go. Isolation
Just
valve.
about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Auto setting parking brakes done.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
And we can cut the APU. APU is off. Waiting for the truck to get out of the way. So Mission Bay, we should be intersecting at Mission Bay 100.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the left. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
And that should be a 25-mile Mission Bay. So we fly runway heading until that intersection browse. So truck is gone. Let's put the taxi light on. Start ignition switches to continuous. And we are ready to go. Parking brakes released. Thrust at 30%. So we are on Bravo. This is Bravo 8 probably. Yes. So next one is Bravo 9. So 15 minutes for cold and dark till taxi. It's probably not too bad. So we have Bravo 9 on the right. So local time is 7:13 in the morning. It's again an early flight. Okay, at the holding point, waiting for the takeoff clearance. Landing light is on. We can go. Cleared for takeoff. Runway 09. Thrust at 30%. Flaps 5 are set. Auto brakes rejected takeoff and altimeter is set. So runway heading 095. Let's rock and roll. Thrust at 40%. Stable. Takeoff power set.
knots.
80 knots checked.
V1, rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate.
Pitch 10, gear up.
$400.
Flaps 2.
$1,000.
1,000 feet, reduce thrust. Flaps 1. Come on. Autopilot on. Auto thrust on. Flaps up. Auto brakes off. So we are flying the runway heading till Mission Bay 25. So Mission Bay 9.9. Passing now 3,800 feet for 9,000 feet. Let's increase the speed to 250 knots. Flaps up, no lights, gear off. Passing 5,000 feet. Let's have a look at the surroundings. Ooh. Just in time. So Mission Bay 15 nautical mile, 10 miles to go. And then we turn left on a heading 078. Now Mexicali, there is no signal. I suppose it should come shortly. Otherwise we will just continue in heading mode until we receive the signal. Mission Bay 20 nautical miles. Let's continue the climb to flight level 270. Passing now 9,000 feet, Mexicali Mission Bay 24, no signal, and just now the signal from Mexicali. What a coincidence. Mission Bay 25, turning left 078. Tune Mexicali VOR 11500. Radial 78. And engage Volok. Passing 10,000 feet, increase the speed to 285. After Mexicali, next waypoint Golf Bravo November. Then and Phoenix will be 115.6.
Ladies and gentlemen, please continue to observe the fasten seatbelt sign until the captain has switched it off. We do recommend for your confident safety that you keep your seatbelt securely fastened throughout your flight. There is a core bell reading lighted fresh air vent in the panel just above your head, and we'd like to remind you that this is a strictly non-smoking flight, and all toilets are fitted with smoke detectors. We invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight with us.
So the course after Mexicali will be a radial 070 till Golf Bravo November. So as expected, we have a nice little tailwind, 15 knots. So for the moment the arrival is foreseen at 17:07 Zulu. So that's 50 minutes from now. So we can check the weather using now the FMC. Let's show that. So we have a new feature, data link, and we can request the weather. So weather at Phoenix. We send the request. And we get back a message. 090 at 6 knots. Altimeter 2997. So we can shoot for the runway 07 left at Phoenix. So we can select that. ILS 07 left. For Lizinga, runway 07 left. Probably we can insert the waypoint testly. Let's see if that gives. No, it's getting worse. No, it's okay. 5-6 and then 40. So we are using this intercept angle 56, which is not bad, and then heading for the runway 80 degrees. So for the ILS we have 115.5, 80 degrees, and identification is India Papa Hotel X-ray. We could use flaps 30. Runway length 10,200, so auto brakes 2 is good enough. In the meantime we can select standard pressure, still flying towards Mexicali, 43 nautical mile. Did we release the passenger? Probably not. We are. They will file complaint. And we can remove all lights. Continuous off and wheel well off. APU bleeder can come off. Let's check the cabin pressure is increasing nicely. Cabin temperature 24 degrees. So all that is good. So Golf Bravo November is Gila Bend. Gila Bend. No, Gila. And we just received a signal from Gila Bend. So what we could do is to go to heading mode. Select the Gila Bend VOR. And then change course to 070 and re-engage VOLOC. Let's decrease the climb rate to 1500. So passing flight level 250 for flight level 270. And on the FMC we can also change that we are going direct Gila Bend.
1,000 to go.
Approaching now the cruise level of 270. First altitude acquired, alt AC, then alt hold, altitude hold, and we level at flight level 270. We can engage VNAV, and VNAV will increase the speed to 302 knots. And we also have the Phoenix VOR coming 180 miles. So after Gila Bend, we use the radial 329er to Gila. So for the descent now, we can plan flight level 270, so 27 times 3. That gives 60 plus 21, 81, rounded to 85 nautical mile for the top of descent. So we can put a reminder using the fix page. Let's say Phoenix Airport and 80 miles. Circle to indicate the point where we need to descend. So Phoenix is still 160, so we still have 80 miles to go. So the descent will occur probably 40 miles before Gila Bend, and indeed we are starting to see the circle on the first officer ND. Check again the temperature at Phoenix. So 21 degrees already. Ooh, nice and warm. Altimeter 2997, 090 at 6 is the wind. And we have an arrival foreseen at 5:04. So 30 minutes from now. Gila Bend 95 nautical mile. So for the descent altitude, what we can see, so at Gila we should be below 16,000 feet and fully 4,000 feet. So 16,000 feet by Gila, and Gila is 21 nautical mile after Gila Bend. So we have 29 nautical mile to descend to 16,000 feet. That's 11,000 feet. Times 3 should be 33. And we have 21. So, but we need to descend before. That's for sure. So the descent, top of descent is now in 40 miles, nearly. So we descend 40 miles before Gila Bend. So in total we will have 40 plus 21, that is 61 nautical mile for 11,000 feet. So that should be more than enough. After Gila Bend and Gila, we descend to 5,000 feet in 20 miles. So that's let's say 11,000 feet in 20 miles also, though that's a little bit excessive. So in 20 miles we can descend 7,000 miles, 7,000 feet. So that should be, Gila ideally should be 12,000. And then we have 7,000 feet to descend to Tesla. So that's probably better. So 70, let's say we want to be at 12,000 feet. And still is saying steep descent. Well, 20, we have 22 nautical miles for 7,000 feet, so seems reasonable. We will see. So Gila Bend 65 nautical mile, 25 miles before the top of descent. So Gila Bend 56.5 nautical mile, 16 nautical miles before the descent. So for the descent what we do is we will disengage VNAV, change the speed to 250 knots, altitude to 12,000 feet, go to vertical speed and descend with 1800 feet per minute. Initially, see if we can meet that restriction Gila 12,000 feet. So, Gila Bend 48.5 nautical mile, disengage VNAV. Decrease the speed to 50 knots. Change altitude 12,000. Go to vertical speed mode. Gila Bend 45. So Gila Bend 40.6, 40 nautical mile, descending 1800 feet per minute, 250 knots, and see where the green arc is putting us. It's probably not enough, so let's go with a 2000 per minute descent. That's probably better. Of course, in this situation in the FMC we could go direct to Gila, but without the radial it will be very difficult to judge what is the heading. So what we will do is just go heading select, change the radial to 329, and engage Vorlock. So Vorlock at this stage is only armed. We are still in heading select mode, and you can see it will be a sharp turn to the left. So after Gila we turn right on heading 055, and on that heading we will intercept the ILS, or maybe the Phoenix radial, because we could be a little far away for the ILS. So passing now flight level 220 for 12,000 feet. Now you can see the green arc, or the banana arc, indicating the point when we will be at 12,000 feet. Of course here we turn left, but that distance is approximately shorter than the distance to Gila, so we will meet the altitude restriction if we maintain that 2000 feet per minute. Passing now flight level 195, we can also select seatbelt signs on early. We can also put some ILS information. Runway 7, it was ILS 111.5 and course was 80 degrees. India Papa Hotel X-ray. So we still need the Phoenix VOR. So we cannot change nav1. So below the 18,000 feet, let's go to altimeter 2997. The needle from Gila Bend is now coming to the center. So probably the plane will pass the waypoint Gila Bend and turn left and then come back to intercept the 329 radial. Needle is turning now. Gila Bend needle, so it will do 180 degrees, and now boom, needle is in the opposite direction. When we turn left, 329 radial, so Gila is normally 21 nautical mile from Gila Bend. And we are passing 14,000 feet for 12,000 feet.
Thousand to go.
So when we level at 12,000 feet, we will reduce the speed to 240 knots. So now we are on the heading 329, but we need to re-intercept, so we will probably use a 30 degrees angle, intercept angle. So we continue turning left to 290. .295 probably. Speed is reducing, 240 knots. After Gila, we have to descend 5,000 feet to 5,000 feet at Tesla. And Tesla was 22 nautical mile. For Gila Bend 10.7 nautical mile, and Gila is 21 nautical mile. So we will just have the time to intercept that we have to turn right on heading 055. Now let's already descend at 1200 feet per minute. That will ease the approach. Intercept now the 329 radial from Gila Bend. (13 nautical mile). So 8 miles to go, and then we can turn right on the heading. We can already select the heading 055. So airport elevation Phoenix is 1134. And we are about to pass 10,000 feet for 5,000 feet. Gila Bend 20. At 21 we turn right. Heading select 055, and on that heading we have to intercept the Phoenix 080. So auto brakes 2 can be selected, and we can switch on the landing lights. Start ignition switch to continuous. We can decrease the speed to 220 knots already. On nav2 we can now select the ILS 111.5, engage Voloc to catch the 080 course towards Phoenix. And on that heading we should see in less than 10 miles the ILS information. Vorlock capture, turning right,
1,000 to go.
leveling 5,000 feet, descending the speed to 220 knots, okay, Phoenix 24.5. Let's go to heading mode on 85 and switch to the ILS 111.5. and a 080 course. Now we have in ILS India Papa Hotel X-Ray DME 21.5, and we are on the left of the runway, so let's go 090 and Vorlock. We can now descend to 4,000 feet.
$1,000 to go.
And reduce the speed to 180. Established now on the localizer, waiting for the glide. Flaps 1. Flaps 2. Flaps 5. Auto throttle off, thrust at 61%. And we have the glide alive. DME 12.5 nautical mile. Thrust is a little too high. Let's arm the approach. Still reduce somewhat the thrust. Descending now with the glide. We have the runway inside. At least the light of the runway. 07 left. So let's reduce the speed to 160 knots.
$2,500.
.5 nautical mile, gear down. Flaps 10. Flaps 15. Maintain 160 knots with some thrust. Six nautical mile. Nautical mile, flaps 25, flaps 30,
1,000.
reducing to 150, autopilot disconnect. Quick on the reverses.
knots.
Auto brakes off.
Thank you for flying Ryanair. Last year, over 90% of our flights arrived on time. We hope you enjoyed yours, and we look forward to welcoming you on board again soon. Ryanair, Low fares, made simple.
And exiting the runway on the left.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're all very welcome to this airport. For your own comfort and safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the aircraft has come to complete stop and the captain has switched off the fasten seatbelt sign. Please refrain from smoking until you have reached the designated smoking area, which is well outside the terminal building. On behalf of your crew on board today, we'd like to thank you for choosing to fly with us, and we wish you a safe
Landing lights off. Start ignition switches off. Strobe lights off. Starting APU. Let's go to the stand. Flight director off. Select flaps up. Turning left on Delta 11. Let's go on the first stand here. Why not? Looks free anyway. Set the parking brakes on. APU gen on. Leader on. Short period. Engine 1 off. Come on. Engine 2 off. Fuel pumps off. Taxi lights off. Anti-collision lights off. Wing light off. Seatbelt signs off. RS off. Window 8 off. Hydraulic electric pumps off. Pitot heat off. And packs off. Select ground power on. APU off. Transponder standby. Here we are on Phoenix. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in Phoenix. Local time is 9.12. With a temperature of 23 degrees. Whoopee! So, have a look on this replay. And the error landing was reversers were deployed nearly in flight. So that's no good. Otherwise, it was aligned with the runway, too red, too white. Very little wind. 6 knots. Still too wide to red. See it very much, but the correction was very abrupt. Otherwise, not too bad at all. And of course, this is have we lost the electric? Yes, probably. Okay, let's stop the clock, and that's the end of today's flight. Tomorrow we are going to Albuquerque. See you. Bye for now.